Bienvenue à Paris. On today's episode, what we're going to be showing you how to do is caramelized onions. And Burton, you might ask the question, why do we need to caramelize onions? Well, if you have a lot of onions that are left over and say they're going bad, easy way to extend the shelf life of those onions per se. And then also it tastes very, very good with a variety of different cheeses on breads, charcuterie plate. Just, it's very, very good. So very simple procedure to go through. All we have to do is slice the onions, watch that video that we already have up. From there, all we're going to do is saute them on medium heat. Add a little bit of sugar to that once the onions begin to sweat. And then after that, just continue cooking. Reduce the heat down to about a medium low. And then just go for that caramelized color. So stay tuned. Alright, so what we've just done is we've added our olive oil to the pan. I put in half of the onions to start off with so that I can use the spoon here to break them up. If you try to put all the onions in at one time and break them up, they're going to get out of your pan. Started the heat on medium as well, and the heat's going to come up to it. You don't really want to start off with a smoldering hot pan because it's going to actually caramelize little bits of the onion instead of caramelizing the entire thing. So just fast forward and then put a little movie magic into it, and now we're just going to be cooking on medium heat and waiting for some steam to show up. So let's go. And one thing I'll always want to tell you is that whenever you do make caramelized onions, it's going to take you about 20 minutes from start to finish, just because you don't want to go at such a high heat that you caramelize the outside so quickly that the inside doesn't actually are able to wilt. So just keep that in mind. So with that close-up there of the onions, you are seeing that we have now sweated or beginning to sweat much of the onions. So now we're going to add our sugar to the pan. Going to mix that around into our onions and go from there. If you added it too quickly, you have the presence for it to burn, and then your onions will taste like burnt caramelized onions. So that's what you don't want. All right, movie magic time. Now when you see your onions getting to this color, what you're going to do, you're going to reduce the heat down to medium low, and then you're going to rake all the onions into a pile of leaves as if you're raking some leaves in the fall. What that's going to do is going to help out with the residual heat to carry them over. Stir them every every 2 or 3 minutes, and continue to keep going until your color that you prefer as caramel is there. So that is Caramelized Onions 101, and man, they look good, and man, they are good.